a number of fingers ready to rise and praise the Lord. 9 is a VIP number mentioned 49 times in the good old Bible. 8, there's no time to hate. Church is all about L-O-V-E, love. And now it's 7 nights a day between each grace service. 6, it's time to mix with the whole wide world to sing his praises. 5, come on, high five and shout along to the countdown song. It's countdown to church time, come on now. Everybody sing along. It's countdown to church time, come on now. Yeah, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's countdown to church time, come on now. Everybody sing along. It's countdown to church time, come on now. 4, Jesus died for you. You gotta love, you gotta love, you gotta eternity. 3 is the holy number. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, 3 in 1. 2, it rise and move, set the cattle in the barn when Jesus was born. 1, and soon it's 9. Hey, Lantern Gang, let's do this thing. It's countdown to church time, come on now. Everybody sing along. It's countdown to church time, come on now. Yeah, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's countdown to church time, come on now. Everybody sing along. It's countdown to church time, come on now. Yeah! 5, 6, 7, 8. Lantern Kids, let's blow. Lantern Kids, let's blow.
Good morning, Kids Church. So we are here for another of our Kids Church special online for you today, and I have got Annabelle. I don't know if you've met Annabelle yet. Hello. She has been working with me this term as our intern, and Jared, who you all know. And instead of ask Jared anything today, I have got a challenge for the two of them. So we are going to see how many Maltesers they can suck up the straw and put in the cup. And I have my clock here, so I'm going to give them 1 minute and we'll see how many they get. So, are we ready? Shall we all count down from 5? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. Well done, Annabelle. Oh, Annabelle's got the knack. She is doing really... Jared. Wow. Okay. Jared has definitely done this before. He said he's been a tuba player, so that's what helps. We have 30 seconds left on the clock.
Oh no! I'm done! Yeah! Everything's great! Hallelujah! Woo!
I tried.
Very nice, Jam. Oh, glory.
Well done, Jared, and well done, Annabelle, for joining us today and giving us a try. You can enjoy those Maltesers now. And kids, perhaps you could try a challenge like this at home. Whatever sweets you've got around, perhaps you could get your parents, do a challenge with them, see mum or dad who can get the most sweets from a bowl into a cup in a minute. We're going to crack on with the rest of the service now, and we just hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you soon.
Lantern Kids, let's blow.
The Faithful Hall of Fame, Joseph. This is Joseph, who was the son of Israel and Rachel. But he had 11 brothers who hated him and sold him into slavery. After being put in jail, Joseph told of the future of Egypt when he interpreted Pharaoh's dreams, and Joseph found favor with the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh made Joseph a leader in his kingdom. Just as Joseph had told the Pharaoh, Egypt had 7 years of abundance. Then the 7 years of abundance came to an end, and the 7 years of famine began, just as Joseph had said. But the Egyptians had food to eat because Joseph had planned for the famine. There was famine in all the other lands, and many came to Joseph to buy food. There was even a famine in the land that Joseph came from. So when Israel heard that there was grain in Egypt, he sent his sons to buy some. But Israel did not send Benjamin with the others because he was afraid that harm might come to him. When Joseph's brothers came to him, Joseph recognized them, but he pretended to be a stranger. So Joseph decided to test his brothers. He had his interpreter tell them to send for Benjamin, who had stayed home. And then he threw his brothers in jail for 3 days. On the third day, Joseph let all but one of the brothers take grain to their starving households with the instruction to bring Benjamin back. But Joseph provided for his brothers' journey and gave them grain and silver. The brothers did exactly as Joseph instructed, as they were scared that God was punishing them for what they had done to Joseph so many years before. They traveled home to their father's house, then back to Egypt. Now that he had seen that they brought Benjamin, Joseph was overwhelmed, so he released the brother who was still in prison. But Joseph decided to play one more trick on his brothers. He sent the brothers away but told his servant to hide his silver cup in Benjamin's bag. Then Joseph told the servant to go after the brothers and retrieve the cup. The brothers hadn't traveled far before the servant stopped them and accused them of stealing the cup. Joseph could no longer control himself before his attendants. He made them leave so he could be alone with his brothers, and he told his brothers who he really was. Ta-da! He told them of his life and all he had experienced, and he forgave them for what they had done. God was with Joseph and took care of him and showed him favor.
Sup, it's Millie Moo, your new church DJ, and today I'm going to be showing you a new memory verse which I've just done, but I'm going to be trying to do it without the words in front of me. It's going to be crazy because we're going to be getting faster, until you can't copy me anymore. So let's get started. God's marvelous grace has manifested in person, bringing salvation for everyone. Titus 2:11. God's marvelous grace has manifested in person, bringing salvation for everyone. Titus 2:11. God's marvelous grace has manifested through person, bringing salvation for everyone. Titus 2:11. God's marvelous grace has manifested through person, bringing salvation for everyone. Titus 2:11. God's marvelous grace has manifested in person, bringing salvation for everyone. Titus 2:11. God's marvelous grace has manifested in person, bringing salvation for everyone. Titus 2:11. God's marvelous grace has manifested in person, bringing salvation for everyone. Titus 2:11. God's marvelous grace has manifested in person, bringing salvation for everyone. Titus 2:11. God's marvelous grace has manifested in person, bringing salvation for everyone. Titus 2:11. God's marvelous grace has manifested in person, bringing salvation for everyone. Titus 2:11. Peace out.
Hello Lantern Kids, so nice to see you. I'm Hannah and I'm really excited again to talk to you about super important stuff. Now, I hope you had a great half term and you're ready for the best term of the year. It's countdown to Christmas. It's only 54 days. Not that I'm counting. Today I'm going to continue. Adrian's, our 25-year-old Adrian's, talk about mercy, but I'm going to take it to the next level. So let's say that this coin here represents God's love, okay? So on the other side, we've got mercy. Now, we learned last week that mercy is God not giving us what we deserve for our bad behavior, for our sin. That's how much He loves us. But God is bigger, His love is wider, higher, deeper than that. And that's what grace is all about.
Ask Google, what is grace?
A name given to a girl.
Oh, nice name, but not the one I think it is.
Grace.
Smoothness and elegance of movement, gracefully moving.
No, next.
Grace.
An attractively polite manner of behaving.
Ooh, behaving? That's quite churchy, nicely, but
That's not a word.
churchy. I'm sure it's a word. Anyway, next one.
Now I understand why you're not an English teacher.
Grace.
Period. Officially allowed. Talking about payment. Did you by the way pay that parking ticket?
Oh, what pocket? What car? Next.
Honestly, I feel like I'm the only adult in this house. A short prayer of thanks said before or after a meal.
Oh, that's very churchy.
It's not a word.
I still don't think that's it. Is there any more?
Grace.
Hey, could it be this one? Unmerited favor of God.
Unmerited favor of God.
Grace.
Oh, that sounds pretty much like it. Thanks. Gonna check
Wait,
that out.
Wait, thank Google.
You're welcome.
So let's look at the definition. Unmerited favor of God. Now, I know what favor means, like what's your favorite sweet? My favorite is strawberry laces. Yes, shout out to me right now. What's your favorite sweet? Yes, so good. No, I don't like those. I do love a bit of Smushers on Friday, don't I? Yes. Anyway, so God favors us. So that means He likes us. But then that big word, unmerited, I think we need to break that down a little bit. Take the word un away, and we've got merited. Now, I do remember, although it was a long time ago, but I do remember where I got some merits when I was a younger child.
I got merits from my swimming school after finishing my 5-meter swim, my 10-meter swim, and, well, let's leave it there. I also got merits at school for some good projects I did. I got merits from my violin exams, and no, it didn't sound like a tortured cat. I also got merits for being kind to other pupils in school and helping teachers tidy up. And I remember getting a merit badge riding a horse before I fell and I never quite managed to get back on the saddle again.
So merits are earned, and sometimes we have to work really, really hard to be able to achieve one of those. But that means unmerited requires us to do nothing to earn God's favor. That we don't have to do anything, or we can't do anything to earn God's favor? Seriously? Seriously?
So it's like drawing a stickman in my test, or not caring and still getting an A grade? So it's like dipping my toe into the water and then getting a 5-meter swimming badge? So it's like playing an instrument for the first time and getting amazing cheering from an audience? Or it's like not eating the main meal, veggies, and forgetting to brush my teeth and still getting a pudding? No way!
So there is really nothing we can do to earn God's favor, to earn God's love. I think that's amazing. I think that is good news. It's like Molly, William, and Joshua last week. They didn't punish Adrian, their dad. they let him play with their toys even more and gave him more sweets. And Molly was really excited about Adrian's joy. And I think that's what our God is like. He doesn't punish us, but he gives us more than we deserve. It's a little bit like that story where Joseph's brothers, they did some really, really horrible stuff to Joseph. Well, Joseph didn't punish them. In the end, he gave them a place to live, food, and they could be all together. He showed them not only mercy, but grace by giving them more they deserved. And that is what our Father is like, Father in heaven. And to be honest, I think we all need mercy and grace pretty much daily.
So, have you lied to someone even a bit? Have you stolen something or kept something to yourself lately? Have you been completely kind to your siblings? Have you talked nicely to your mum and dad and remembered to always say thanks? Have you been grateful for all things you have? Oops.
God does not like sin. And because we people seem to sin and continuously keep on doing it, God had to do something about it. I mean, if you look at the Old Testament, I mean, it's full of like bad stuff like lying and cheating and hurting people and I won't say that on live TV. Forgetting all the things God had done, complaining. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So, because God loved us so much, he sent his only son, Jesus, who was pure and clean and perfect, to take the blame for sin that actually we've done. But with this, sin was beaten, death was beaten, and we're able to be with God now and forever. Jesus is God's grace. Like Titus 2:11 said, God's marvelous grace manifested in person, that is in Jesus. So grace is Jesus, bringing salvation, bringing freedom from our sin for everyone. That's you and that's me. And all we have to do is say sorry and yes.
Dear Jesus, it's you for mercy. Thank you for grace. Amen. Keep us.
Wow, that was awesome stuff, Hannah. Thank you, Hannah and Gabriel and Amelie. That was really helpful, and I hope that helped you at home and in Rug Church understand what it means about God's grace. Now, I think it'd be really good if we were just quiet for a few minutes, and she was just talking about saying sorry and yes. So let's see if there's anything that we need to say sorry to God about. And then you can choose if you want to say yes to him as well. Okay, let's just be quiet for a few minutes. Father God, we thank you that you sent Jesus for us to take the punishment for the stuff that we have done wrong by him dying on the cross. We say thank you. We're sorry for the stuff that we have done wrong. And we want to say yes. We want to know you and have a relationship with you. and we love you. Thank you, Jesus. Cool. So there are loads of songs that have been written about God's amazing grace, and you probably know some of them. I'd encourage you after this, perhaps you can look them up online and you could sing them together. But due to copyright, we can't sing all of those songs online now, but we are going to sing a song together. So again, if you want to get on your feet, and we're going to do some actions and join in with this and just celebrate the good news of God's grace to us.
You're pleased and that I'm never alone. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. Oh, and I've seen many searching for answers far and wide, but I know we're all searching for answers. Only you can provide, 'cause you know just what we need before we say a word. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. 'Cause you are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us. 'Cause you are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us. Love so undeniable, I can hardly speak. Peace so unexplainable, I can hardly think as you call me. Deeper still as you call me. Deeper still as you call me. Deeper still into love. Love, love. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You're a good, good Father. It's who